Hello, Taurus. We are going to dive into your reading. I'm using two different decks at this point, and I will probably just stick to these two. I cannot find my Rider-Waite deck. If it shows up, I might use it. But at this point in time, I'm using the Sacred Traveler deck, and I'm also using the Archetype cards, so I will try to use the influence from the cards to give you more meaning into your personal situation, and hopefully the elements will show up. I just did Aries reading and I was able to pick up on two different elements, so let's see what we have for you. Interesting, you got one of their cards already. Some of these are showing up in reverse, so we're gonna use the reversals for now, but I might change my mind later. Okay. So, just meditating on your energy here. Okay, there could be a lot of heavy energy around you. Yeah, alright, it seems like you're striving for something. It seems like you're attempting to bridge the gap. So, I see here that it seems like you're on this journey, mostly by yourself. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the solitude. Okay, this is another card that showed up in Aries reading. This one is interesting because it did show up in the reverse. You could be struggling with this newfound isolation energy. You could be struggling to find the freedom and the meaning behind what's going on. Because, like I told you, I think there's something you're trying to come up with here for yourself. Now, it's difficult. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. You shouldn't forget that you are capable and you are able to proceed in your endeavors and in your journey, in your path. Now, you may have faced some obstacles. This one here looks like he's on his own. There are some people in the background, but he looks very determined. He looks like he has seen something, that may or may not have been difficult to deal with. But he presses on, no doubt, and is able to proceed in his goals. There seems to be a lot of earth energy I can see in these cards, actually. So here we have water influence, but we also still have that nature, that grounding energy, that earth energy, crossing a bridge of some sort. Your path is taking the form of something else, and you're trying to make that transition. You're trying to step into that role. You're trying to bridge the gap. You're trying to communicate. It does recommend that it is a time for healing, connecting, mending, but also releasing. So there may be things that are, again, like I said, I first kind of felt this heaviness, this heavy energy. You may need to step back and kind of again, step into your power. So realize what you have going on within you is so much greater, and what lies ahead is so much greater than what you're leaving behind you. You're in a transition, no doubt. I can feel that obviously very heavily in this reading, but also just in general during this time there's a lot of different energies going on. There's a lot of changes, and it's happening in real time. We can't possibly keep up with it. We're doing the best that we can, and also remember to travel lightly. You may again have baggage, excess baggage, emotional baggage, physical clutter around you that you may want to kind of wean off of your shoulders, just getting rid of, purging the unnecessary, and kind of then focusing again on stepping back into your power and simplifying your life, really, and making sure that you're taking care of yourself, because again, it is a lot about taking care of yourself and healing. And again, that doesn't always have to be something that you see on the outside. It can be completely internal. So you could be mending mending relationships, you could be letting go of people, you could be bettering yourself, and environmental like decluttering. I'm just going to pull one archetype card for you, Taurus, and I do want to stress, like, again, with your energy, just kind of like letting go. So if that's something you find difficult, which a lot of us do, I'm an earth sign as well, really try and let go if you can, so you're not bringing it too far down, like grounded, if that makes any sense to you. Samaritan. So you are naturally helpful and naturally giving, and maybe this could allude to like not giving so much time and effort or energy into things that don't necessarily give back to you. So whatever that means, again, traveling lightly, you could just be the type of person to kind of like take on others' energy, take on their problems, like, and just want to do more, but it's really telling me in this reading like to stop, like to put a stop to that. You can refine your capability and your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So this card actually has two meanings. So the light attribute, meaning what you're capable of doing, like in the best case scenario, and then the shadow, meaning what you can do, but it kind of comes out in a negative way. So in sort of like summarizing the card in light, you want to, again, refine that capacity and make sure you're picking and choosing like who you're helping, why are you helping them, and adjusting that kind of mental attitude about it. On the shadow side, you might be exacting your appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer, maybe expecting something in return. Maybe instead of looking at it in that sense, like, what can I get out of this? Like, just by simply doing something nice for someone else without expecting that in return, you can actually give to yourself. So it is selfless to help others. The Samaritan card, you know, you're a helper, but make sure you're not overgiving, and make sure you're not giving away your power. So really try and reflect on that as you are stepping into your own power during this transition. And I hope that you enjoyed it.